Hello tutors, our last day. I'm very excited. Multiplication combinations is what we'll be working on today. This is a huge concept for us to gather by the end of third grade. It's something that they do not need to master until December of fourth grade, but having the concepts of the combinations of factors is really important. So that's really what we're focused on today. So you'll be playing with some of these cards, which are called array cards. An array is just simply we call this an array. So we're considering the dimensions on the side. So this would be a 9 by 12 would be the dimensions. 9 by 12, of course, if we did our multiplication problem, we would get 108. So 9 times 12 is 108. If I were to count each one of these boxes, I would get 108. However, that's something we're trying to get kids away from. We do not want kids to be counting boxes today. So if they come to an array like this that is too large, that they don't know the answer to, you want to help them think about ways that they can break it up. Think about strategies they can use to solve it a different way. So, for example, they could count by 9 or they could count by 12. So they could say 9, 18, etc., all the way down until they got to the answer. Or they could also break it in half. So if I said 9 times 6, 9 times 6 would be 54, and then this would be 9 times 6 again, so 9 times 6 is 54 again. Now 54 plus 54, if I add that up together, 50 and 50 is 100, 4 plus 4 is 8, so that's 108. So lots of different strategies. They should know a few ideas. The 12s are going to be tricky for them. Some of them may know them, which is wonderful, and some of them may struggle a lot with them. So anything that you can do to assist them with this, with understanding what we're doing when we're multiplying is going to be helpful for today. So the first thing that you'll do is you'll lay out all the cards. So before they even arrive to your table, you can actually lay all of the cards out. You'll get a baggie that looks like this, and if you just lay all of them up so that the factors are facing up so that you can see the boxes, so that the answers are facing down. Then when the kids come to the table, you can of course introduce yourself again for the last time, get them comfortable in the situation, but then explain what they're going to be doing. They're going to take their finger and put it on any of the cards that they think they know. So for one at a time. So one student may say 3 times 12, and before they pick it up to see what the answer is, they're going to put their finger on it and say 36. If they get it right, they can double check. If they get it wrong, they're going to be sorting them out on this chart. So as they go through and put their number on and figure out which ones they know, which ones they don't know, combinations I know, let's say that they got 3 times 12 correct, it was 36, they will simply write 3 times 12 is 36 underneath combinations I know. If they got it wrong, they will write combinations I'm working on and write the same thing over here. Factor times factor equals the product, whichever the card they chose. So they'll take turns. Once they get it right, they can go ahead and put it in their own stack. Every student will not get to do every card because depending on how many students you'll have, they'll have them in their piles. But you can kind of decipher how you want to do that. If you want all the kids to guess what it is before, however you want to tackle that is fine. But if they only get through half of the cards, that's fine, as long as everybody has some combinations I'm working on, because we're going to be working on those today. So combinations I'm working on, let's say that you got through all your cards, and let's say that one of the cards that you're working on is 4 times 6. So 4 times 6 is 24 would be listed here in the combinations I'm working on. Then, and of course you'll have other cards also listed there. What you're going to do with that information is come over to this chart, and now you're going to be thinking about groups. So for example, number of groups would be 4 something. What can I think of that comes in 4s? Well, I know that a car has 4 tires, so how about 4 tires? Okay, so I have 4 tires written in this box. Number in each group is going to be 6. 6 what? 6 cars. So I have 4 tires, 6 cars. My product is 24. My multiplication equation is going to be 4 times 6 equals 24. Then, once I figured these out, I'm only going to do this part first, with the combinations that I'm working on, go through my list, keep coming up with groups of things, and the number in each group, fill out this chart. Then once they've got a good list going, then they can start making a poster or two. So for example, if I had the 6 times 24, this is what my poster might look like. Here's my cars. Each car has 4 wheels, I can see. I have 6 of them. So if I counted 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way down, I would see that I have 24 tires. And then I also am going to write a simple sentence. Here are my 6 cars. Each car has 4 wheels. There are 24 wheels in all. So a simple little poster. You'll get some poster paper for the kiddos, and they can just make a quick sketch. You can see that this one is not a drawn out poster. It's just a quick sketch of to show my understanding of my new combination that I'm working on. So they can do more than one of these. You can use front and back side of the poster. We'll use crayons so it doesn't bleed through. And once they do that, then you can do whatever kind of practicing you want on the combinations that they're working on. And then if you have extra time, you can do this game. So this is called Count and Compare. It's also played with the array cards. And what they do is each of the kids, they divide up the cards. So let's say that there's an even amount for each kid here. And they keep them this side up in their piles, and they take their top card. So they can't sift through their stacks. They have to choose the first card. So for the first round, 9 times 11 and 4 times 11. Which one is bigger is the one that keeps the card. So I know that 9 times 11 is 99, 4 times 11 is 44. So I know that 9 times 11 is bigger. So 9 times 11 gets to keep both of the cards. So it's kind of like War, if you've ever played War. Now, my next card in both of my piles, remember I can't sift through, I have to choose the top card. 2 times 2 is 4, and 1 times 5 is 5. So by 1, I won by 1 over here. So explaining how you won is also something that you want to push with them. You can tackle this however you like, depending on how many kids you have. If you only have 2 kids in your group, it makes sense, obviously, for them to be partners. If you have 3, if you want to play against a kiddo and then have the other 2 play, or you can have all 3 play, because it is possible to play versus 3 people. And then once you get through all the cards in the decks, then you count to see who has the most cards, and whoever has the most cards wins. Okay, that should keep you busy for multiplication today. Let me know if you have any questions, and as always, thank you so much, tutors.